This happened 10 years ago. It had been almost a year since I'd last seen Jake. We grew up together in the sleepy suburb outside Chicago, bonding over late-night video games, cheap beer, and those endless summers where nothing mattered except dodging our parents' curfews. He was the kind of guy who can make you laugh until your sides hurt, always with that infectious grin and a story ready to top yours. But life pulled us apart when he landed a job in Denver. Something in sales, he said, with promises of big commissions and a fresh start. I was happy for him, really. We texted sporadically, shared memes, but the distance did what it does, fades things out. Then, out of the blue, he messaged me one Friday in early fall. "Back in town for a week, bro. Let's grab a beer and catch up?" I didn't hesitate. "Hell yeah, come over tonight. I'll fire up the grill." My place was a modest 2-bedroom apartment downtown. Nothing fancy, but it had a balcony overlooking the river where we could sit and bullshit like old times. I was 25, single after a messy breakup with Julia, who left me because, as she put it, I was too comfortable with mediocrity and working a dead-end job at a logistics firm. Jake showing up felt like a lifeline to simpler days. He rolled in around 7 p.m., looking a bit rougher than I remember. His hair was longer, unkempt, and there were dark circles under his eyes, but he played it off with that same old charm. "Man, look at you. Still got that baby face," he teased, pulling me into a bro hug. We cracked open a 6-pack of Miller Lite, his favorite, and settled on the couch. The conversation flowed easy at first. His new gig wasn't planning out like he'd hoped. The boss was a moron. Denver winter sucked. I told him about Julia, how she'd ghosted me after 6 months. "Women, am I right?" Jake chuckled, clinking his bottle against mine. "They're all the same. Chase the excitement, bail when shit gets real." "Yeah, but Julia, she had this way of making me feel like I was enough, until she didn't." We talked about that for a while. Him sharing stories of his own flings gone wrong. How one girl in Denver had cleaned out his apartment after a bad fight. "Bitches be crazy," he said, laughing it off. As the night wore on, we got buzzed, reminiscing about high school pranks, like the time we TP'd the principal's house and nearly got expelled. I excused myself to hit the bathroom, leaving him alone in the living room for maybe 5 minutes. When I came back, he was scrolling his phone, acting normal. "Hey, you got any snacks? I'm starving." I rummaged in the kitchen, tossed him some chips, and we kept talking until midnight. He crashed on the couch that night, promising to head out early for some family thing. The next few weeks blurred by in routine. Work, gym, and Netflix binges to fill the void Julia left. Then the weirdness started. First, a call from my bank. Overdraft fees because my checking account was drained by a series of bad checks totaling over $2,000. "What the hell?" I muttered, logging in to see bounces from places I'd never been. A liquor store in the suburbs, a pawn shop, even a strip club downtown. I froze the account, thinking it was some glitch or fraud ring. But it escalated. Credit alerts pinged my phone. New cards open in my name at Best Buy, Target, even a high-limit Visa from Chase. Charges racked up fast. Electronics, cash advances, hotel rooms. My score tanked from 750 to the low 500s overnight. Bills arrived for shit I didn't buy. A flat-screen TV, jewelry, a goddamn motorcycle lease. Panic set in. I spent hours on hold with banks, filing police reports, and explaining to skeptical customer service reps that no, I hadn't gone on a spending spree. "Sir, are you sure you didn't authorize this?" one asked, her voice dripping with doubt. The cops were sympathetic but blunt. "Identity theft's a bitch. We'll investigate, but it could take months." Nights were sleepless, replaying every interaction, wondering who could hate me enough to do this. Work suffered. My boss pulled me aside. "You okay, man? You look like shit." I confided a bit, and he nodded. "My sister went through something similar after her divorce. Ruined her for years." Then the breakthrough. Surveillance footage from one of the check cashing spots showed Jake, clear as day, forging my signature. My heart dropped. The driver's license number matched what I left in my wallet that night. He'd swiped checks from my book while I was in the bathroom. They nabbed him at a motel on the outskirts, high on whatever he'd scored with my money. I got the call from the DA's office. "We've got your guy. Want to press charges?" Hell yes, but recovering was hell. I disputed everything. Hired a credit repair service that cost me $500 I didn't have. My buddy Mike loaned me cash for rent. A month later, my phone rang from an unknown number. I almost ignored it, but then picked it up eventually. "Hello? It's Jake." His voice was small. "What the f*** do you want?" I snapped, anger surging. "Look, man, I'm sorry. I was in a bad spot. I lost the job. I owed money to some bad people. I didn't mean to screw you over like that. You stole my identity, Jake. Drained my accounts. Ruined my credit. You think sorry cuts it?" He paused, then. "Come on, man, are you insane? We're friends. Remember all the we've been through? That time in college when I bailed you out after that bar fight? Friends forgive each other, man. Be sensible. Drop the charges. I can't go to prison, man. I'll lose everything." Are you out of your mind? Friends don't steal from each other. They don't betray trust like that. You need to own this, Jake. Face what you did. That means jail time. Bro, please think about it. We go way back. Way back to when you were a decent guy, Jake. Not this. Goodbye, Jake.